Good evening, parents. My name is Principal Cherish Pipkins, and I am the proud servant leader at Rolling Hills Engineering Academy, also known as Rolling Hills Elementary. We want to welcome you back to the 2020-2021 school year. I am so happy to see that so many of you are joining us today. We have parents and students, and our staff will be a part of this conversation. For the format, you will hear from me as the principal. I'll be sharing general information. We will also bring on our assistant principal, Margot Spencer, and that will be followed by an opportunity for you to place your questions in the comment section, and we will try to answer as many of those as possible. After this administrator's address, you will then have an opportunity to join your teachers' links so that you can go into their virtual classrooms and get specific information about your grade level and the classroom. So again, I am so glad that you are with us today. We are excited to answer all of your questions. We know this year is different, but it is going to be great. Now, for those of you who were with us during the 2019-2020 school year, you know when we left during the spring break time, we thought we were just getting an extra week of spring break. Well, with COVID-19 and the pandemic, what we thought would be an extended spring break turned into school being closed indefinitely. And during this time, we have seen so many changes in our nation, from the pandemic and the shutdown to protests to unemployment. There's been so much that has impacted us as adults, and we know what impacts us also impacts our children. So when we think about this school year, what I wanted you to know, for every boy, every girl, every parent, every guardian, every staff member, every teacher, every administrator, we matter. So you are going to hear that all throughout this year. We want you to know it does not matter what you look like, where you come from, how much money you have, how much money you may need. When you are attached to Rolling Hills Elementary in Lancaster ISD, we matter. So that will be our call this entire school year, and we want our students to know that they matter. We are concerned about them, we will care for them, and we will love on them the way we've always done. Now, as I said, parents, this year will be different. We are used to pulling you into our building for Meet the Teacher Night. But this school year, we are starting off for 4 weeks of virtual instruction. And because we're all doing new things, we are going to extend grace to each other. We are going to allow grace to your students, grace to you, and we are asking that you extend grace to us. As educators, we are using platforms that we haven't used before. We are learning to utilize tools that we weren't trained to use just a couple of months ago. So there will be some times where we fumble. There will be some times that we make mistakes, but we're going to do it together. We're going to be patient with one another, and we are going to operate in the spirit of excellence because our students deserve it. Parents, last year we had a banner year at Rolling Hills Elementary. You came and you showed up. There were so many initiatives that we had last year, and I have visions of you in your I Am RHE Excellence t-shirts, parents. I have pictures of you filling up our cafeteria, whether it was a program, we were talking about academics. I can remember Read or Treat, and our hallways were packed with parents and students who were not only reading, but having a great time with literacy activities and, of course, yummy, yummy treats. So parents, even though we're virtual, I am asking you to continue to support us in the way that you always have. Please get engaged with us. We will try to do our very best to make sure that virtual does not keep us from being the best school for your students. Our first day of school is Tuesday, September 8th. We will begin at 8 a.m. And we are asking you to help us get your students first day fresh. Now, we know typically students get really excited about putting on their new uniforms, having fresh kicks, their brand new backpacks and supplies, and coming into the building and walking that red carpet on the first day. We won't have that opportunity, but we still want the kids to get up and get fresh and log in. And parents, just because we're virtual, that doesn't mean you shouldn't take those first day pics. Please get your students up, get them ready, allow them to put on their favorite outfit, their favorite top, so that we can get those first day fresh pics. If you will post those on our social media sites, you know that we're here on Facebook, we're on Twitter at RHE Lancaster. We're on Instagram at RHE Lancaster. We want to see our kids ready for the day. So we want them to be first day fresh, even though we will not be on in the building. The next thing that I want to share with you, parents, I want to share with you that the first 4 weeks of school, we will be virtual. So that will be September 8th through October 2nd. We will be virtual for 4 weeks. Our school day is from 8 a.m. to 3:50 p.m. each day, 8 a.m. to 3:50 p.m. Depending on your student's grade level, they may have more time live with their teachers and additional time where they are working on assignments independently, or they may be watching pre-recorded lessons. That schedule of 8 a.m. to 3:50 p.m. also will allow us to build in time to do maybe one-on-one instruction with your students, or to even work with small groups of students. We are also planning to continue with our clubs. And so that school day allows us to put in all of those opportunities and experiences that we always have had. Parents, what we're asking is that you would allow your students to enjoy their breakfast prior to logging in for the school day. We want to make sure at 8 o'clock they are ready to learn and ready to engage, because we will have exciting things for them as soon as they log in. Now, you may have heard these terms online while you're watching the news. Weibo learning. We believe in online learning has two different components. There is a synchronous component. That means that you will be live with your teacher, just like we are right now. Your teacher will deliver a lesson. They'll be able to ask your student questions. Your students can respond. The other component of Weibo learning is asynchronous learning. That means your student may be watching a pre-recorded lesson that the teacher has loaded, or they may be working on assignments independently. That's their opportunity where they don't necessarily have to engage with the screen. And your teacher will be sharing more details about their schedules. Something that we want our students to know: during this virtual instruction time, you do not have to wear uniforms. You do not need uniforms during virtual learning. So we're just asking for our students to be dressed appropriately. What that means is we need them to have a top on. We want to make sure that we can see their face. They don't have any head coverings on. Just be appropriate for learning, but uniforms are not required for virtual learning. We still want to support higher education and our students' future. So Wednesdays, we will be in our college shirts. We want to support those future decisions for our students. And Friday is all about Weibo Nation. So we want to see our students in either a Rolling Hills Elementary Spirit shirt, a Lancaster ISD shirt, or they can always be in something orange, black, or white. So we want to continue those traditions, even though we are virtual. Now, parents, if we are able to come back into the building face to face, then uniforms will be required at that point. But as long as we are virtual, uniforms are not required. I do have a couple of tips for you, parents. I am an educator, but I am a mom of 3 as well. And these are some of the things that all of our working parents in the building that we are doing for our students, and we would like for you to do as well. A couple of tips. Please make sure that you have a dedicated space for learning. We want to make sure that your students know that they have a place to work, a place to engage, and they can get on their device, their notebook or pencil. Everything that they need will be readily accessible. We're asking that you help establish and maintain routines. If your children are like mine, they have slept late, they've gone to bed late, we want to get them out of those habits so that they are refreshed and ready for learning each day. So let's put those bedtimes in place, and we can start practicing this weekend with those early bedtimes, making sure you know how much time your students need in the morning to get up, get dressed, get their breakfast. And we want to set some expectations that we are going to be engaged, that we are going to pay attention. We're going to ask those questions. And then parents, we're going to encourage our students as much as possible. Because this is different, you may see some anxiety, you may see some emotions that your students usually don't have related to school, but we're going to encourage them through this, knowing that we'll all be able to do it together. Students, we're asking you to log in early, log in on time, participate, ask those questions, and complete your assignments. Parents, this platform that we're using this fall is quite different from the spring. In the spring, your teachers provided assignments once a week, and they were due at the end of the week. Because we are going back into the fall, we've had more opportunities to learn, research, and study. Your teachers may be giving assignments daily. So we want to make sure that our students stay on track. They are completing those assignments. Again, your teachers will have more details for you when you meet them this evening. Something we want to share with all of our community: all pre-K through 8th grade students in Lancaster ISD will have free breakfast and lunch. This will be a curbside pickup opportunity on the campuses. Because we start school on Tuesday next week, pickup will be on Tuesday and Thursday of next week. The following week, those pickup opportunities will be Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 12:30. Now, Rolling Hills parents, you should be receiving a letter. We've had some issues in our campus cafeteria. So just for next week, if you need breakfast and lunch, you will need to pick up those meals at Rosa Parks Millbrook Elementary School. After next week, we'll be good to go, and you can get your meals here at Rolling Hills. Now, something you may have heard me say on the announcements every day last year, and your students may have even talked about it, is Move This World. That is our social emotional learning program that we use campus-wide. It helps our students, it helps our staff so that we can deal with the different emotions that we have. It's all about breathing. It's all about taking a moment to pause and think about how you're feeling. It teaches empathy, how to consider others. And this is something that they are now giving access to you as parents. You can see the website here. If you would like to visit movethisworld.com, you as parents, you can access some of those resources and activities. Now, parents, as I said, I am a working mom, and so I know what it's like to want to make sure that your child is focused and all in during the learning. We are asking you to give your children some space to learn. It's real easy to sit right next to your child and tell them you better be focused, but we want to give them some space to be the learner right in front of the screen on their own. Just kind of give them a little bit of wiggle room, moms and dads and guardians, so that they can learn comfortably. If you have any questions for your teachers about the lesson, we are asking that you would hold those questions until the teacher has office hours, or that the teacher has her planning period, because we want to make sure that she's able to deliver that entire lesson before she's addressing those questions. So all of the teachers will provide you with those times where they are available to answer your questions, to assist you, but we do want to refrain from interrupting the teachers' lessons while they are before their students. We will continue to communicate with you using all of the methods that you are familiar with. If you have been a part of our Rolling Hills family in the past, you know about those Sunday call outs. I will send a call. It comes through your phone, and it also comes in email format every Sunday, just to frame the week so you know what to expect, what we're working on, and what's coming up. We do have a newsletter. Typically, it's been a monthly newsletter, but with everything COVID, sometimes those are weekly, just to make sure that you are well aware of what's going on. Again, please follow us on our social media platforms so that you can see all that's happening. And all teachers at Rolling Hills Elementary do have a class dojo. And that's a quick way, like text messages, to send out those reminders to make sure you know what's happening. Parents, I am asking you again to be mindful that we're working parents too. So even though we are teaching your students, encouraging your students, our children are also beside us doing their schoolwork as well. So again, we are all in this together, and we do want to extend grace to everyone who's a part of our community. If you have any technology issues, I know some of you have already received your students' devices. If you have any issues, you can see the email address here. Please email support@lancasterisd.org, and they will follow up with you. Our technology teacher, Mr. King, he is also available to support you, and you can see his email address here. So again, please utilize these email addresses if you have any concerns with technology. If you have questions regarding enrollment, registration, if you need any additional documents, you can see the email address for Mrs. Smith. She is the best registrar this side of heaven. So please make sure that you reach out to her if you have any questions regarding enrollment or registration. Just a quick reminder, if your students are in need of updated immunizations, Lancaster ISD is having an immunization clinic tomorrow, Friday, September 4th, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the new L.C. Robertson Middle School. Just make sure your enrollment is complete. You have your child's ID number, insurance card, and cash payment, and they will take care of you over at L.C. Robertson Middle School. So those are the general announcements that I have for you parents. I want to introduce to you our amazing assistant principal, Miss Margot Spencer. Miss Spencer had the opportunity to be the summer school principal. So she has gone ahead of all of us, and she's going to give us some tips about logging in, about what to expect, and what this WeBo learning is all about. So now we will hear from Miss Spencer.
I guess I better unmute myself. Hello, everybody. We are excited to have everyone back starting Tuesday. Our teachers are ready. They have prepared virtual learning just for you. Parents, some of you may even try to get in on it. It's going to be so engaging. I do want to let you know we had device pickup last week for 3 days, and we understand that circumstances come up and some of you may not have been able to pick up your device. So there's still an opportunity to pick up a device. I would suggest, even if you already have a device, parents, for your kid, go ahead and come and pick up the device that we have. We're a one-to-one district now, so we have devices available. And that way, if something goes wrong with one device, you'll have the backup device there already. If your iPad goes out, you don't have to go out and buy another iPad really quick because you'll have the other device. So we are still giving out devices. They will be at our SEEK building, and the address is shown on the screen, 1201 North Dallas Avenue. Be sure that you know your child's ID number. For them, it's their lunch number. You can just ask them, what's your lunch number? And they should be able to tell it to you. I also want to remind you about textbook pickup. So you can go to the SEEK building and pick up your device, but you'll have to come back to our campus to pick up your textbooks. We have textbooks here for kinder through fifth grade, because pre-K doesn't have textbooks. So you will be able to pick up your textbook tomorrow, starting at 8:30. We will be here all day, 8:30 to 4. Again, you will need to make sure that your registration has been completed and that you know your child's ID number. And we will be happy to get the set of books for them because they will need them starting Tuesday. Login tips. One of the things that we found this summer when we were getting everybody logged in. So the first week of school, we know it's going to be very challenging. During summer school, the first week, logging in, getting everyone's device up and working. And that's why I'm suggesting to go ahead and get the device from the district, because once your child logs in with their information, everything is there, right there, that they need for everything. It's right there. You don't have to go looking for it. It'll pop up. So that was one reason that we are suggesting that you go ahead and get that, get the other device. I want to share my screen really quick, and I want to show you where to go to get your device. So this is our district's main web page, and you see the pictures here. If you scroll down under where it says Find It Fast, click on At Home Learning. At Home Learning. If you click on that,
I don't see it.
Oh,
Did you share screen?
yes, I did. Let me go back and try it. I'm sorry. It says entire screen share.
There it
That is
is.
okay. So, okay, let me go back.
Okay.
Go back to the main web page. You will see the main picture, the banner scroll, and under that it says find it fast. At home learning. If you'll click here on at home learning, it will take you to our at home learning page. We believe in online learning. If you click on student resources here, it will take you to a video that will show you how to log into your Chromebook. So the Chromebook login is here. Like I said, once you log in with the student's information, everything is right there as soon as you log in. Now, there is a separate login part for those people who do not have a district device. There's a different login. The login information it's on the web page, but it also has been in our newsletter that you can also look at it, because there's a separate situation that you'll have to go through to do that. Okay. Also, I wanted to share a couple of tips with you for logging in. One of the things that, like I said, one of the challenges that we faced was just getting logged in. Every time a parent emailed or had to call technology, or even myself, what we found out, it was just simply a login issue. It was maybe not putting in the right login, the username, maybe not the right password, missing a number, too many numbers, just something. Everything was very simple, and we were able to work out everything. So the first week, yes, it was kind of challenging for us. It was. I'm admitting that. But week 2 was smooth. We had very little login situations, or situations where the technology didn't work, and we hit the road, fast. We were quick, fast, and in a hurry. So we really hit it quick. Okay. So if you will follow those, and Ms. Pipkins already put up the information about Mr. King and his email if you need help, as well as the support at LancasterISD.org. They are ready for next week. Our technology department has really been working hard all summer getting all of this ready, and they are ready for next week. So please reach out to them and let them know if you're having challenges. When the students first log in the morning, one thing that we found is that they need to have their microphone muted. Okay. Go ahead and mute their microphone as soon as they log in, and the teacher will let them know when to unmute. We want to try to keep it muted during the whole lesson, because sometimes the background noise is picked up and different things are picked up. So let's keep those microphones muted unless the teacher asks them to unmute, or they can unmute if they have to say something. Also, let's make sure that they stay on camera. There was another challenge that we had during the summer, was the kids staying on camera. Some of them would turn the camera off. Some of them we couldn't see. So let's make sure that they stay on camera. We have to be able to see them. The teacher has to be able to see them, to see if they're having trouble or may need some help or anything like that. And also to make sure that they're being focused and engaged. Okay. So let's make sure that we keep those cameras on. Another issue was lighting. Sometimes the student would be in their room, or even at the breakfast table or dining room table, and it would be kind of dark. There would not be any lights on. So suggestion would be not to really open your blinds and have the blinds behind you, because that creates a glare, but just have a light on for them so that we can see them in the camera. Also, practice logging in. And I would suggest do it tomorrow, because if you have issues tomorrow, you can go ahead and email our technology department right away and they can get on it. Otherwise, you'd have, we're off the next 3 days after tomorrow. So otherwise it would be Tuesday before you would get anybody. So I would suggest try tomorrow. If you have your device already, try logging in tomorrow. And that way, if there are any issues or concern, you can go ahead and email our technology department or even Mr. King. Okay. Also, let's try to remember to eliminate any distractions that the kids might have during that time. Distractions in the background. TVs, no TVs, no, they don't need their cell phone at that time either. I'm just telling you, they don't need their cell phone. Any other people in the household, let's try to eliminate all those distractions. If they have younger siblings, this is actual school. And I know when we did the shutdown, it was a little more relaxed. Well, this is actual school. So we're back at school. So they don't need any distractions. If they were actually in the campus, their little sister would not be here with them. Okay. So let's try to keep those distractions to a minimum. Also be aware of what's in the background. We had situations where people were walking by or, just standing here. And you know what? I had one parent just standing watching TV in his boxers. And the teacher was like, so-and-so, does your dad know that you're on camera? And the boy turned around. He said, yes, he knows. Situations like that. So let's try to eliminate all distractions. Like I said, our teachers are ready for your kids, and we want your students to be ready for us. If your child is having any problems with this virtual learning, we have one of the best counselors in the whole internationally. I'm just going to say internationally. Mrs. Armstead, Miss Awesome Armstead is our counselor here. Please reach out to her. She could be your first point of contact for any type of social, emotional. If your child is feeling anxious, nervous, if they feel like they just can't do this, please reach out to her. And we don't have her email up there, but we can definitely get that to you. If you could call Mr. Ackism, or he can get her email address to you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Spencer. We appreciate your feedback because you have gone into the field before us, so you know what it's all about. Parents, we are going to stop at this point, and I am going to see what questions you may have put into the comment section, because we do want to answer any questions before you go in to meet your teachers. I see one question: what's the date for the second release of devices? So if you go to the SEEK building, we put that address up, 1201 North Dallas Avenue. Just make sure you have your child's ID number and that your enrollment is complete, and they will be able to provide you a device. Now, our devices are for students who live in Lancaster. These are students who are a part of our attendance zone. Okay. I do see one of our teachers saying be mindful of pets like barking dogs and those types of things in the background. We want to make sure our students are able to focus. Okay, I see if your child received a device for summer school, they will not be required to pick up another device, so they can continue to use the device that they had in summer school. That's a good question. Okay.
Miss Mitchell, yes, we will be here tomorrow. You can drop something off.
Okay. I see Ms. Wilson has a question. Will buses run in October if children are able to return to school? Yes, once we are free to come back to the building, our bus transportation will run. I'm not sure if you were a part of Dr. Granger, our superintendent's parent virtual meeting on last night, but we just want to let you know, parents, who want to be as transparent as possible. It is very difficult to social distance on a bus. So we just want to let you know, if your children are on the bus, that is a place that is very hard to social distance. We will have masks and face shields for all of the students here in Lancaster ISD. But again, we just want to let you know that it is hard to social distance on a bus. But if that is something that you have to utilize, by all means, yes, we will have our buses running. One of our teachers is recommending headphones to help students be able to focus on the lesson. So that's one thing that you can use. And I know a lot of our students had headphones here at school last year, so that can help with staying focused. I see Miss Mitchell. Can I get her email? Oh, Miss Armstead has already added her email address. So again, our counselor is Nikki Armstead. She has put her email address in the comment section if you would like to reach out to her. Okay, Miss Huerta, I emailed you this afternoon about how to put in the password. So if you'll check your email, Miss Huerta, I did respond to you this afternoon. It's like Miss Spencer said, the password is kind of complicated. It's some letters, symbols, different digits, but please email me again. And then also, Miss Huerta, I know that you get our newsletters. So parents, the newsletter that I sent, the back to school newsletter, how to enter your password on your devices, it's on that newsletter as well. So as the principal, I try to give as much information as possible. So I would encourage you to please, 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 when we send out those newsletters, you do want to use the information that's in there. Miss Mitchell, staff will be here on tomorrow. Staff will be here on tomorrow. But please, if you would call ahead before you come, just to let us know so we can expect you. Ms. Davis asked, can my kid do virtual learning all year? Yes, parents of Lancaster ISD, that is the option that we are extending to you. If you feel more comfortable with your child doing virtual learning this school year, you have that option. We are taking the data from the first parent survey that we sent out a couple of months ago. So the parents who elected for their children to remain virtual for the first 6 weeks, those students will be virtual. About 20% of the parents in the district said they wanted their children to be face-to-face. So those students would be allowed to come back to the building after the first 4 weeks. Sometime during this first couple of weeks of school, we will send out a second parent survey, and then parents, you can let us know what option you would like for your children for the second 6 weeks. Ms. Williams, yes, you should have received an email about your pre-K 4 teacher for Meet the Teacher. If you haven't, if you will put in the comment section your child's name and we can let you know who that teacher is. Okay, Ms. Gray is asking for technical support. So that email address, Ms. Gray, is support@lancasterisd.org. And they will take care of you. Okay. So, Mr. Taylor, again, the return is optional. As a parent, you have the option if you want your children to be in the building or virtual. Mr. Galloway, if you will just let us know that you're coming to pick up books, but we will be here. And so we know that parents will need to pick up those books. Again, if you'll just make sure that your enrollment is complete and you have your child's ID number, we will be able to service you tomorrow. Yes, Ms. Dedman, you're still required to submit documents to complete enrollment. If you have any additional questions, I'm putting Ms. Smith's email address here again. Okay, our next question.
Ms. Mitchell.
So, Ms. Mitchell, you are new to the district and you would like your child to attend in person. So because we have already locked in that first parent survey, your child would be virtual for the first few weeks of school. Your child would need to be virtual. And then when that next survey comes out, you would be able to elect for face-to-face learning. Okay, Lexi and Dee, no dress code for virtual learning. We're just asking that the kids will be dressed appropriately, have on an appropriate top. We're asking that their face not be covered. They don't have a blanket on their head or a hood over their head. We just want to make sure that they're ready for learning, but there is no dress code for virtual. All right, Ms. Dedman, I am going to actually I'm going to put 2 links here, parents. I'm going to give you the Meet the Teacher Night link. And I'm also going to give you the back to school newsletter link. I'm going to put it right here. And then let me get the other one for you. But these newsletters are really good. They're packed with information, parents. You don't want to miss them. Okay. Let's Let's see. I can send the work to class dojo. Okay. So all of the assignments, that's a great question from Courtney Marshall. All of the assignments will be submitted through our teachers' Google Classroom. So everything will be submitted through Google Classroom, which is different from the spring. Miss Pruitt, if you will let us know who your child is, we can tell you who the teacher is if you don't know already. Miss Price, for small groups, so there will be a time where the teacher is not doing face-to-face, will not be doing live instruction, but there are specific times built into our schedule where they can just call your child or maybe your child and 2 other children into the virtual classroom and work with them that way. That's a great question. Yes, Miss Johnson, as soon as I stop talking, you all are going to have the opportunity to go meet your teachers. So your teachers, Miss Holiday, are going to share all the information for their Google Classrooms. Miss Price, as I stated earlier, right now, only about 20% of our parents said they wanted face-to-face instruction. So right now, if a kid was to come into the building, it would be a smaller ratio because not that many students would be here. Miss Spencer, can you get that name, Josiah Jones, and look up that teacher?
Is that the pre-K student?
I'm not sure the grade. Shay Craw, if you can tell us the child's name and we can give you the teacher. All right, we're gonna look up Jada Brown, 4th grade. I'm writing them down. Okay, so those are the only, oh, let me keep scrolling. I see some more questions. Okay, Miss Crum, the login information, if you use these links I just put in, these newsletter links, the one that's like a big back to school newsletter, it has specific login information. And then also the steps that Miss Spencer showed. But if you go to that big back to school newsletter, it shows you how to get logged in. Thank you, Miss Medford, for responding to small group. Yes, so if and when we're able to come back to the building, yes, students will need to be in school uniforms. So great question, students who have dyslexia classes. Our reading interventionist, Mrs. Thompson, will continue to provide those services. We will also have services provided from our inclusion teacher, Miss Newhouse, and those opportunities will either be provided during their content blocks, like during small group time, and we also have an intervention time built into our daily schedule. So students who receive dyslexia service, students who receive special education services, gifted and talented, they will continue to receive those services even online. Miss Price, 8 o'clock to 3:50, but the very end of the day includes time for clubs, time for intervention and enrichment. So your child may be finished earlier, just kind of depends on their needs. Okay, so I'm writing down, I see some more names of people who need teachers. Miss Spencer, if you can get those names. If you see Justin Frederick, I'm gonna keep going to questions. You see it, Miss Spencer? Okay, and there were a few more. Miss Jackson, let me see what you picked. I'm gonna write your name down to see what option you chose in your survey, and I'll be able to follow up with you and let you know. So Miss Bonilla, our teachers are going to have succinct presentations, so you'll have an opportunity to visit both of your teachers this evening. And I see some more people trying to find out their teachers. Great, thank you, T Stackhouse, who is sharing a parent tip. Looked on the Rolling Hills page under the parent self-service portal under schedule and found out who my son's teacher was. So thank you for sharing that parent tip. We appreciate it. I addressed dyslexia. Okay, so most of the questions have been answered. Parents, the teachers are waiting for you. We will continue to stay here to make sure that the parents who ask, we can let you know your teacher and answer any other questions that may be lingering. But you are free to go and visit those teachers at this time. Those links for their Google Classrooms were shared with you through the newsletter. So if you look back in that link, I did share that if you didn't get that directly in your email, but they are waiting. They are ready to talk to you and let you know more specifics about their classroom. Again, this is going to be a great year. RHE excellence is what we do here at Rolling Hills. So we want to have a great, great year. We will see your students virtually on Tuesday, but I am going to hang out here just to answer any other lingering questions and to make sure that all of you know your student's teacher. So I'm looking at rosters, parents. If you're wondering what is she doing, I'm looking at rosters so I can get those names to you. Okay, so Mom Javon Hickman, he's in Miss Manning's homeroom. Javon is in Miss Manning's homeroom. And Orlando is in Medford's homeroom. Orlando is in Medford's homeroom. Shay Croc, Heaven Sears, if you can give me a grade level, that'll help me find it faster, please. Okay, so now I'm looking for Ashanti. Your boy Justin Ashanti is in Miss Martin's first grade class. Miss Martin. Okay, April Keaton is in Miss Mitchell's kindergarten class. Miss Mitchell's kindergarten class. Dylan Williams is in Mrs. King's pre-K class. Dylan Williams, Miss Williams. Okay, I'm looking for Zoe Chu. Zoe is in Miss Johnson's third grade homeroom class, Miss Chu. Miss Huerta, yes, I will see what you picked on your survey. And Miss Turner Easley, I will check to see what you chose on your survey and let you know. Okay, so, all right, Miss Jackson, Miss Williams, okay, let me look for, can you give me the grade levels for Trentavious and Taylor? That's gonna help me find it faster, please. So MP, questions about ARD meetings. All ARD meetings will be online. We will continue to have our ARD meetings, but it will be virtual like this. Miss Washington, were you able to get the newsletter we put So all the teachers' links were in there. I'm going to share that again. Okay, so this is going to be Meet the Teacher links. So that should give you the link to all of our teachers' virtual classrooms. Thank you. I see my staff helping to let you all know those classrooms. Thank you, RHE. I appreciate you. Heaven Sears, okay. I'm gonna look for Heaven Sears. Heaven Sears, that is Mr. Miller's homeroom class. Heaven Sears, Mr. Miller's homeroom class. Miss Strotter, who's the teacher? Okay, Elijah Hopkins. Elijah Hopkins is in Mrs. Washington's second grade class. Sean Hopkins is Mrs. King's pre-K class. Okay, Miss Hopkins. Can you tell me the teacher and I can get the link to you? Dalen is in Mrs. King's pre-K class, Miss Williams. Okay, Miss Johnson, I'm looking for Lamonte or Lamont. Okay, Lamont is in Miss Hills. You will also see her name is Mrs. Heads, first grade class, Miss Johnson. Okay, Miss Williams. Let me find out what's going on. Okay, I see some of you having issues with the teacher's link. I'm going to reach out to our support and see what's going on there.
I don't remember where she put the. Elijah Poole is in Miss Mitchell's class in kinder. Miss Mitchell's class. For some reason, it looks like most of the links aren't working.
So parents, I am talking with someone from technology at this time. And if you can tell me specifically what the error message is that you're receiving, and we can try to go from there. Yes, parents, our portion is done. I see your question, Ms. Harris. You are free at this point to go to meet your teachers. I see that some parents are having issues with links, so we're trying to get that worked out at this time. Ms. Washington, can you tell me what the exact error is? And that'll help us try to get to a resolution.
Some of them are able to get in, some are not.
Parents, we're working on it. That's what I'm doing right now. We're trying to get a resolution for you. So, parents, what I will say, we would rather it be today and not on Tuesday. So, we're going to get it fixed and we'll work it out. Miss Pruitt, which teachers do you need? What teacher do you need, Miss Pruitt? Parents, our director of blended learning is checking links at this time as we speak. So we're working on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too, checking them.
We're still working, parents.
So
So parents, based on my knowledge, it's Miss Brown, Ballard, and Pace that we're having issues with their links. We're going to try to get them to get it recreated, and I will share it here.
Pipkins, are you on with Clark Lane? You're muted.
No, not anymore. She was just saying the few teachers who needed to recreate, but I hadn't been able to get them. Pace said she did have parents in her session, so it looked like just Brown and I believe parents were able to get to Ballard. You're muted.
There's nobody in Martin's. I see someone is asking about Martin's code. So hers must be a different, because Mr. Atkins went to check. She's in a different classroom, but the one that's on the newsletter, we can't.
Okay. So yeah, they have to be in Chrome or it's gonna work.
Oh,
I was testing it.
Well, no, she still has to have a different one.
I just joined Miss Martin's class.
Oh, it wouldn't work for me.
Okay.
I'm in Chrome. Mr. Atkins is saying the parents have to be in Chrome.
Okay.
That might be a part of it.
Ms. Johnson is saying Ms. Thompson's link is not working. We just accessed Ms. Thompson's class. I heard her teaching.
Parents, one of the things that we're hearing is that you may have to go to the Chrome browser and see if it'll work.
Ms. Johnson, I was able to access Ms. D. Thompson's class just now. So it could very well be that. I see you, Miss Williams, with Miss King. Okay. Miss Williams, I'm checking on Miss King. So parents, the links that I just sent, I was able to get in. So let me know if that works. I just heard Miss Martin teaching in her class. I just checked in on Miss Thompson. So those were working for me. Thank you, Miss Johnson. We will see you later. I'm glad you got in. Miss Bonilla, let me know. I just clicked into Miss Martin and it was working. You're welcome. Okay, are there any more parents who are having issues with accessing their students' classroom? Miss Washington, okay. Your boy Justin, are you using Chrome? Because I was just in Miss Martin's class. Did you use the link that I just posted? Because Chrome will make a difference. It is for Martin. Okay. Okay, the comment section got quiet, so I think everybody is okay. If not, please reach out to us tomorrow and we'll make sure you're able to meet your teacher. Ms. Anderson, okay. Mr. Galloway. Ms. Brown, if you can give me a last name and grade for Jada. Thank you.
Mr. Miller. Jada is in Mr. Miller's class.
Thank you, Spencer.
Mm-hmm. Ms. Crum, you have to probably be in the Chrome browser. It doesn't work well with the Microsoft browser or the other one. So try Chrome browser. That's how we were able to get in.
Ryan is in Miss Martin's class. Whose class did you say Jada Brown was in? Spencer, she needs the link. Tell me the teacher.
Miller.
Okay.
But it's so good to talk to you again, Miss Green.
So,
I do appreciate you.
I just clicked into Miss Martin's class using the link that we have. So Miss Martin's link is working. I'm able to access it. I can hear her speaking to parents. Thank you, Mr. Pipkins. We're doing our best.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Pipkins. We need some cookies tomorrow.
Good job, Miss Williams. You're in. Good, good, good. Okay. We need Jacoby and Giovanni. That's 5th grade.
Jacoby is in Manning. Giovanni is in Randall.
Okay, so the comment section has gotten quiet. We are going to go ahead and log off for the evening. Our campus phone number is 972-218-1525. If you have any questions, again, that's 972-218-1525. Please call us. We are more than happy to help. As I stated at the beginning, we know there are going to be some kinks. We just saw them, but you can see that we are going to be diligent to try to find solutions for you so that we can make this a great year. You all have a great, great evening, and we will see our students virtually on Tuesday, September 8th.